Being prepared for whatever life brings is a state of mind and a way of life. Welcome to Total Preparedness. And today I'd like to talk about Covid-19, also known as the coronavirus. Before I start, as you can probably guess, I'm in the hospital. I want to apologize for not putting any videos out recently. I deal with chronic daily migraine. It's been something I've been dealing with for 32 years now. And for some reason, every January and February, it hits me hard. You might say it's a real pain in the cranium, um, but it does lay me up pretty bad this time of year. The good news is tomorrow I'm supposed to get out of the hospital. So things are looking up. I'm feeling a lot better. Anyway, uh, I wanted, I've been convalescing, as it were. I've been closely following the news and information on this situation in Wuhan. I've tried to follow the most reliable, best sources. There's a lot of misinformation and disinformation out there, and I've tried to find the best sources and follow the best sources to give the most accurate information I can. What we call the coronavirus is actually a family of viruses. It's like saying dogs. There are many dogs. What the coronavirus is a type of virus in the same family as SARS, the flu, the common cold, MERS. They are all in the same family. And this virus is, the actual virus is called now 2019 nCoV, and the disease is called COVID-19. So we now have a name, not that we know any more about it. It was called novel coronavirus because it was completely unseen prior to this outbreak. So that's the little bit of history we have on this. Now, having said that, what we do know about it, this virus, I'm sorry, my notes were a little out of order. This virus started sometime in December, and it started in Wuhan, China. By January 24th, there were 2 cases in the United States, and the government of China shut down Wuhan city, a city of 11 million people, and quarantined that city. And that was supposedly because 800 people were infected and there were 13 deaths. I've been skeptical of the numbers coming out of China from day one. Think about the economic impact. You're shutting down a city of 11 million people because 800 people are sick? I don't care if 800 people are sick from the Black Death. You don't shut down a city of 11 million people because 800 people are sick. The next day, they announced they were building a hospital for 1,000 people in 2 weeks. Again, the logistics of building a hospital, a 1,000-bed hospital in 6 months is horrendously expensive and difficult, much less building it in 2 weeks. My dad taught me actions speak louder than words. Look at someone's actions, and that tells the real story. Fast forward 1 month, and on February 22nd, we have 77,898 people infected. We have 2,360 deaths and 21,000 recovered, 21,193 recovered. But the disease is in 33 plus countries, 32 countries officially. It's on the Diamond Princess cruise ship. And although not officially stated, we have good evidence to believe it's in North Korea. The disease is surrounding North Korea, although North Korea is saying no, there's anecdotal evidence that it's in North Korea, and it's unrealistic to think it's not in North Korea. So, in essentially from January 24th to February 22nd, 1 month's time, it went from 800 cases to 77,000 cases. That's a phenomenal rate of growth. That kind of rate of growth could easily cause this to cover the entire planet in less than a year's time. So it's something to be concerned about. Fortunately, our government is taking stringent actions, as well as many other governments, and hopefully those actions will be effective. Now, where do you get information that you can rely on? This here, you can stop the tape. This here, you can stop the tape. This is where I get my information. These are MDs and medical sites. The Johns Hopkins dashboard, that keeps a running total of the information that we get from China, so we have to rely on that. But these are excellent sources of accurate information. Here are some common sense steps that we can take. Wash your hands thoroughly and frequently. Avoid touching common surfaces like gas pumps and ATMs without gloves, or use hand sanitizer afterwards. Avoid crowds. Shop when stores are less crowded. Get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night if you're an adult. This is a critical thing I just learned. The amount of sleep you have directly affects how strong your immune system is. The more sleep you have, the stronger your immune system is. Eat as healthy as possible. Limit the amount of processed and preservative-enhanced foods that you eat. Avoid touching others. I'm old school. I was raised, you shake a man's hand and you shake it firmly. Well, maybe for now, just bowing your head to someone or nodding your head to someone will suffice. So you do what you got to do when you have to do it. What about preps? Here are some of the preps I've made in this situation. Extra feminine hygiene products. A 10-pack of dial-type antibacterial soap. Now I realize this is a virus infection, but very often for virus infections, they will give a patient antibiotics because when the virus is killed, there's space left for opportunistic bacteria to go into the body of the patient and cause a secondary bacterial infection. So antibacterial soaps help keep down those risks of bacterial infections. 2 large bottles of hand sanitizer, disposable gloves, N95 masks, 2 gallons of white vinegar. White vinegar is an excellent sanitizer and disinfectant. 2 gallons of chlorine bleach, another very good disinfectant for surfaces. 4 boxes over-the-counter anti-diarrhea medicine. When you have a flu-like disease, which the coronavirus is flu-like, very often you get diarrhea, and diarrhea can cause you dehydration. 4 bottles of cough suppressant. 2 bottles of 100 count each of acetaminophen, Tylenol. 2 bottles plastic garbage bags, 2 large plastic 2 large plastic let me try this again. 2 boxes of plastic garbage bags, large package of toilet paper, large package of paper towels, 2 tubes of toothpaste, 4 boxes of tissue, 2 jars of VapoRub. Now here's some optional things you might want to consider. My wife has stage 4 ovarian cancer, so we have these things already for her. A thermometer, a blood pressure cuff, a pulse oximeter. That's a device that clamps onto your finger, and there's a little red light. It monitors how much oxygen is in your blood and will tell you that. And a blood sugar meter. The pulse oximeter is about $20. A good blood pressure cuff is about maybe $40 to $50. Food for long-term storage. Now this is good for any type of prep. This is a list I put together of foods that will last essentially forever. Honey, raw honey is best. It has bacteriological and antibiotic properties. Vinegar, white and apple cider. White rice. Brown rice doesn't last as long, but white rice will last indefinitely. Canned anything. Meats, vegetables, carrots, you name it. Ghee, coconut oil, pasta, rolled oats. Salt, maple syrup, pure vanilla extract, corn syrup, cornstarch, flour, sugar, alcohol, powdered milk, ramen noodles, peanut butter, soy sauce, dried beans, baking soda, bouillon, instant coffee, instant tea, cocoa, dried corn, pemmican, hardtack, quinoa, potato flakes, baking powder, dried lentils, dehydrated fruit, dehydrated vegetables, jerky, Twinkies. Yes, Twinkies will last just about forever, and they take care of that sweet tooth problem. Whole wheat, powdered drink mix, canned and dried cheese. I'm talking here about the cheese that's covered in wax. Now, if you had nothing else but the things on this list, you could last indefinitely and feed yourself indefinitely. And as I say, these are all things that you could consume in your daily life. This is a good base for a prepper's pantry. So these are just some things to think about, to have on hand for this situation or any emergency situation. If this pandemic continues to spread the way it has been spreading, we probably only have about 2 to 4 weeks to prepare. So now is the time to take action and get your stuff together. I'm not trying to spread panic. I'm just being realistic. I've studied the history of the spread of the Spanish flu of 1918. That's the closest analog we have to this particular pandemic. One last thing. If you don't have a faith, get one. I'm not saying you should have my faith, but you should have a faith. Faith is what gets you through the toughest times in life. I can attest to that. Whatever higher power you choose one. And I can tell you this, for me, my God has never let me down. I have never, in 57, going on 58 years of life, gone to bed in need. I've gone to bed and want a lot. I want a new car. I want a new cell phone. I want this. I want that. I want. I've never gone to bed in need. And I don't believe that I will have to go to bed in need in this situation. But that's because I put my trust in a power greater than myself. God is real. Whether I believe in him or not, he's real. And I hope and pray that you open your heart and mind to him. Because if you do, a whole new world will open up to you. Real men pray, and I pray that God watch over, protect, and bless you and yours now and always. Thank you.